Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. If you've been looking at our website, starborninstitute.org, you would already know that the title of tonight's show is An Easy Fit. And the reason why you could sort of glide right into something pretty easy right now is because 2 days ago we had a new moon at 11 degrees of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the traditional ruler of the 9th house of the higher mind and long distance travel, people from foreign countries, international agencies or large organizations like the World Court or the International Bank, and it also rules judges or judicial positions, and it does rule four-year colleges and universities and graduate school and religion and philosophy as well. So since 11 is a very high number, it simply means that you could have high aspirations, and there could be a wonderful possibility that something very easy could come along right now, and you should take it. Why could we be looking at an easy fit this week? The reason why is because all 10 planets are in trine to each other within their own element. And that simply means that although there are no planets in the air signs, there are 10 in the water signs, the earth signs, and the fire signs as well. And that simply means, as they're trining each other within their elements, that there can be a lot of easy energy flowing and reinforcing planets, and therefore something can be very easy for you to fit into right now. I cannot remember another time when all 10 planets have been in trine to each other. That is a very rare occurrence, but it's happening now, and that can be certainly to your benefit. Because of the 10 planets, 4 of them are in water signs. Jupiter is in Cancer, it is trining Neptune in Pisces, and together those 2 planets are trining Mercury and Saturn in Scorpio, which is wonderful. And that is because Mercury rules news, and Scorpio is a financial sign, and Saturn is a planet of stability. And that means, and it does rule delay, so that means there can be some good news coming your way about money that has been delayed, but still could help you make a dream come true, because those planets are trining Neptune in Pisces, and Pisces rules dreams, and Neptune is the ruler of that sign. Also, there could be a lot of emotional support as well as financial support, because Cancer rules our emotions and Jupiter is there. So something that maybe should have happened before can now go forward, because there is a lot of emotional and perhaps at last some financial support to help a dream come true, and that would be great for you. At the same time, there are 3 planets in the earth signs, and the thing that's happening now that is sort of stupendous is that within each of these elements where there are planets, some of the planets that are trining each other are in exact trine to each other. For instance, Jupiter in Cancer is exactly trining Saturn in Scorpio, and because those are slow-moving planets, they will be in trine to each other all month. And that is wonderful for, as I said, emotional and financial support. But in the earth signs, Mars is in Virgo, and it is trining Venus in Capricorn exactly. That's wonderful for our relationships, because sometimes we say that Mars rules men and Venus rules women. And it can be stabilizing emotions. And that Mars is also trining Pluto in Capricorn. So those are the 3 planets in earth signs, which are very practical. Mars and Pluto are the rulers of Scorpio, which once again rules money coming from any other source. And because the rulers of that sign are trining each other and Venus is there as well, that simply underscores the fact that there can be some money around now to help people make a dream come true, or to help you solve some practical problems like debts or loans that need to be paid off, or perhaps even getting more help with a credit matter. That could be possible now. And it also means that hard work really pays off, because Mars is a very energetic sign, and it is in the, it's an energetic planet, and it is in the sign of Virgo, which rules details and accounting and factual information, and it rules the whole healthcare field. So by paying particular attention to your health right now, you could be improving not only your physical health, but the health of your bank book as well, and that would be great. There are also 3 planets in the fire signs, and the reason why is that 2 days ago we had that wonderful new moon in Sagittarius, so the sun and the moon were in Sagittarius, and they were trining Uranus in Aries. Uranus is retrograde, but it is in the sign of new beginnings, and because now there are 3 planets in fire signs, it simply means that the pace is going to pick up right now, and there could be a lot of deadlines that you would have to meet this month, but you would certainly have the energy for that. And because the pace does pick up and people can be in more of a hurry, or since the fire signs denote action, it can simply mean that something that had been either delayed or postponed before, since Uranus is retrograde, could now go forward because those 2 planets in Sagittarius are really energizing that Uranus in Aries. They're sort of sparking it right now. And Uranus is the planet of sudden change. So I think the new moon 2 days ago is going to create some sort of sudden change, because those 3 planets in the fire signs also trine another fire sign, Leo. And Leo rules luck. And so this could be a time when you could get your big break, and it could come about very, very suddenly. It would be related to something you had missed in the past, something that hadn't quite got off the ground, or it was a little premature and people weren't really listening to you, but now they could be, simply because people are ready to listen to well thought out ideas, even if they are ahead of their time. People are wanting fresh ideas or good answers to problems right now. So you could get a big break, and maybe you could zoom ahead that way. And that is why all of us now can take advantage of some easy thing that we can sort of glide into. And that is why I think you can be quite pleased with something that can bring you joy and contentment in the next week, or certainly sometime this month, because either it suddenly opens up, or because you have emotional and financial support, or because you've been working hard and doing some good problem solving. So there's potential for all of us. Okay, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, for you, I think you can just be off like a shot right now. And that's because 2 days ago, the sun and the moon in Sagittarius were beautifully trining Uranus in your sign, and they were trining the sign of Leo as well. So something that you had not accomplished before, or some dream that you have right now, could get underway, and you could sort of slide into that real easily and rather quickly, Aries, because fire signs do denote action. So since Sagittarius rules travel, it simply means that if you suddenly wanted to take a trip, I think it would turn out really well. The planning would turn out rather well, and so would the trip. So I hope you consider that, Aries, because that is simply a good thing for you to think about right now. And that's why if you hear suddenly of somebody who comes along and says, remember that idea you were telling me about? I hope you perk your ears up, Aries, because I think that you're going to get a chance for something new right now. And it'll be something that was, you know, it's sort of old, but now it's new. And that's because you've got more support for it. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Taurus, for you, what it means is that you are going to have a chance, I think, to be very pleased with your health situation. And remember, I said that could be the health of your bank book, or it could be your real physical health and your mental attitude as well. And it could be better balanced now, Taurus. And the reason why is because Mars in Virgo is trining your sun, but it's also trining Venus, your own ruler, and that trine is exact. And Pluto in Capricorn is also trining your sun and that Mars as well. So if you did have a credit problem or some sort of loan that had to be repaid, I think that through careful accounting, you could get a problem solved right now, Taurus, and that would certainly please you very much. So not only could the health of your bank book or your own physical health really look good right now, but also your long-term security could look a lot better because your financial situation could be stabilized a little bit right now, and I think that would please you. So by sort of doing what's right now, I think that you will benefit and you will be happy with your results, Taurus, so good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, this is simply a time, remember, when there aren't any planets in the air signs, and so there is nothing fortifying your sign at all, but there still is opportunity around Gemini, and the reason why is because that Uranus in Aries is sextiling your sun, and it was lit up by that new moon 2 days ago in Sagittarius. So there can, and sextiles represent opportunity. So there can be an opportunity around for some sort of sudden change, which could be a reactivation of a prior idea or plan of yours that people decide, oh, that is a good idea. And so they could be enthusiastic about that. So a door could open for you very suddenly. And that would be exactly what you need, Gemini, because Mars is still in Virgo, squaring your sun, challenging you. So there could be jealous or vindictive people around that have wanted to make a little trouble for you, and they are still there, but they won't be for much longer. In fact, in 2 days, Mars is going to go into Libra and trine your sun, and that will be wonderful for you. But Neptune in Pisces is squaring your sun, and it's going to stay that way for years. And that simply means that there are a lot of people around that are not telling you the whole truth, Gemini, so you really have to check your facts and not quite believe everything people are telling you. And the new moon 2 days ago, along with the sun, was opposing your sun sign. So there will be some sort of demand upon you, Gemini, to really do your best. And I think that that means in an educational way, or you'll have to apply a lot of resources, intelligent resources, or do your research on something in order to succeed. But you could do it, Gemini. It would just be challenging. It doesn't mean it's impossible, though. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, this is a wonderful time for you because remember I said there are 4 planets in the water signs all trining each other, and that simply means that Jupiter in your sign is being trined by Neptune in Pisces, and it's also being trined by Mercury and Saturn in Scorpio. And that simply means that there is a lot of emotional and financial support around for somebody who wants to make a move or to help a family member through a problem time. Or it can simply be that you may want to buy or sell real estate or make a move. All of that is very well favored. So if you've got your mind on something like that, and I think you have had your mind on something like that for a while, it could even be redecorating or adding on to your own home. This is the time to go forward on that because you could sort of slide into something pretty easily. And that means a good deal or a good price. Or it can simply be that you can help somebody else out rather easily now because everybody's pulling together for the same reason. So I think that you can find some sort of way to fit in easily with something, and it would bring you much joy and contentment as well. You are going to have a wonderful Christmas, Cancer. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, this is a time when you could really get lucky, and that is because that new moon and the sun in Sagittarius 2 days ago trine your sun, and they trine Uranus in Aries, which is also trining your sun sign. And so your big break could be right on your horizon, Leo. Or there is a possibility that you'll have a sudden opportunity to travel, and you should certainly do that even if you are on a shoestring budget, Leo. You need to get out and you need to have fun. And this is a time when you could really sort of slide into something or get an invitation to something, and you should definitely say yes. In fact, if you feel like having fun, you should extend an invitation to somebody and try to get out. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, Leo. It's just that you need a little break right now. And what I mean by big break is that if you've been working really hard, somebody could come along and say, hey, that idea you had a while ago is a really good one. Now let's do something with it. So now is when you could get a big break on something that you had tried but not succeeded in before. So there could be a turnaround in that respect as well. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is a time, remember, since there are 3 planets in the earth signs trining each other, when hard work really pays off and your relationships can improve, particularly ones that are problem-solving relationships. In other words, if there's been a problem, particularly a financial problem with somebody, now is when you can sort of talk facts and figures and get things worked out, which is wonderful. And that's because Mars in your sign is exactly trine Venus in Capricorn. So you may want to realign investments that have to do with long-term security, because your long-term security is looking wonderful right now, and you could try to make some improvements on that through careful accounting. There's also the possibility that if you have a problem with an investment or in a relationship with somebody who is involved in a business matter or even a government matter, you could get that straightened out as well, Virgo. And so I think this is a time of forward progress for you, and that you can sort of glide into some easy solution to something right now, and that would make you feel great. That would resolve something which would make you feel good. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, yes, there aren't any planets in the air signs, but there is opportunity for you anyway, Libra, and I think you are really going to welcome the fact that the Sun and New Moon in Sagittarius were sextiling your Sun. And so that simply means that you could have an opportunity to travel, and you should do that. Even if it's a short trip, it would just be, you'd feel wonderful just to be on the road, Libra. And it could sort of take you away from some of the challenges in your life right now, because Jupiter in Cancer is squaring your Sun, and your own ruler, Venus, along with Pluto in Capricorn, is also squaring your Sun. So either your home life or a matter involving business or management or government policies is not working out to your liking, or is proving to be very challenging, so it could throw you off balance a little bit. And that Uranus in Aries, which was sparked by the new moon 2 days ago, is opposing your Sun. So you do need to expect some sort of sudden change in your life, Libra, and yes, that could throw you off. And that's why you just need to get out of town and take a little trip, or try to contact people at a distance who are very fond of you, because it will give you some gentle relief and make you feel good as well. And you should really try to do that now, Libra, because 2014 is going to be a challenging year for you and a lot of other people. It's going to be very different than this year. And that is why I think you need to really think about where your heart is going to be happy, and you need to try to get closer to that, or to the people who make you happy as well. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is a good time for you because there are 4 planets in the air, in the water signs. So Jupiter in Cancer is trining your Sun, and Neptune in Pisces is also trining your Sun. And that simply means that there could be a good fit in your life right now, Scorpio, because you may have the money now to make a dream come true. And that means that you could go forward with that. And so there could be some easy adjustment that you make in your home life or your family life. Or you could say to yourself, now it's time for me to spend a little money on what I want. And I think that you can do that after waiting very patiently to make sure the money was in place. And I think it is, or it can be coming to you shortly, Scorpio. So I think you do have the means to do what you want. But that new moon with the Sun was right ahead of your Sun sign, Scorpio, and that simply means, since it was a high-minded new moon, that doing the right thing could be very important to you right now, and luckily I think you can afford it. So keep your standards high, Scorpio, because I think it's certainly better to aim high than low. So go up if you can, Scorpio, and keep going. This is a time when your dreams can come true. Congratulations. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, that new moon was in your sign 2 days ago, and that is just fabulous for you. You could be off very, very quickly on a long distance trip, Sagittarius. Or there is the possibility that you can come up with the right answers right now to something. Or what I think is that since those 2 planets in your sun sign, the sun and the moon, trined Uranus in Aries and Uranus is retrograde, I think that an opportunity that sort of slipped by you once in, say, the last year can come back to you now. Or there can be some sort of revision or alteration that does work out for you, Sagittarius. So this is a wonderful new moon for you. And you really need to start off in a new direction. Even if it means going back to something, at least it'll sort of get you out of the rut you've been in for a while, Sagittarius. And it would allow you to use your keen mind to your advantage. And I think you need the stimulation of something new because that can make you feel good and alive. And Mars in Virgo has been squaring your sun, causing you a lot of problems, either health problems or accounting problems that can been quite challenging to you. And Neptune in Pisces is still squaring your sun, which means people are not telling you everything. And that is why you just sort of need something new in your life right now, or a big break. And there is a strong possibility you'll get it, Sagittarius, so good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, with Venus and Pluto in your sun sign, being trined by Mars in Virgo, it simply means that hard work does pay off. And so by careful attention to detail, your health can be improving, which is wonderful. And that can be making you a lot happier because it could also be the health of your bank book. Or there can be some careful accounting that makes you feel a little bit more financially secure right now. Or there can be additional benefits or money coming your way. And that is because Mars and Pluto are the rulers of Scorpio, and they are trining each other right now. And Scorpio does rule additional benefits or money coming from any other source. So it could be insurance proceeds or an inheritance or some sort of grant or increased credit. And whatever it is, Capricorn, I think you're really going to enjoy it. Or it could simply be that there is an investment that you can sell and that would pay off. So this is a good time for you to sort of find an easy fit in one way or another. The thing you do have to watch out for is the fact that that Uranus was sparked by the new moon and it is squaring your sun sign, which means there can be a sudden change in your romantic life, either for good or not. So you need to sort of be prepared for that, Capricorn. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is simply a time, since there aren't any planets in air signs, that you'll have to rely on the changes that other people are making that can help provide an opening for you, Aquarius. So look around and see what other people are doing, because there could be a chance for you to zoom ahead too. And that is because Uranus in Aries is sextiling your sun, and it was lit up by that new moon 2 days ago. And since it is your ruler, Aquarius, that is an indication that something that you had proposed before perhaps now is going to be picked up, and you would have the opportunity. Remember, sextiles represent opportunities. You would have the opportunity to respond to that in a positive way, and that could create some sort of easy fit for you. So there is the possibility of you moving ahead. Even though there isn't anything in air signs, there could be sort of a renewal of some good idea that you've had in the past. So good luck. Okay, what does it mean to Pisces? Well, Pisces, it's wonderful that Neptune is in your sign, because it makes you very creative and intuitive and also very broad-minded. Your sign rules synthesis, it rules dreams, it rules the ability to rise above your problems and see some good that can help you go forward in your life. And so this is a good time for you to think about gaining more emotional and financial support, because I think it is around. It may come from your family, it may come from a delayed inheritance or increased financial resources coming in from some other source. But I think that your financial condition is going to improve in one way or another, and that may allow you to make a move or to move in with somebody else right now. So I think there is the possibility of some imminent change in your life, Pisces, but it could certainly make you very happy. The new moon and sun in Sagittarius were squaring your sun, though, and that simply means that somebody else wants to travel, perhaps, and that would actually be a good idea. It might be a challenge to you, Pisces, but it's still, if you were sort of going along for the ride, I think you would enjoy it. All right, I want to thank all of you for tuning in and for being patient sometimes with our little technical glitches. We're sort of trying to work those out. And also, this month, just remember to keep your eyes and ears open for change, because once there is change in other circumstances or with other people, that can make some sort of good side effect for you as well. And so now we're going to be going forward at a little faster pace, but I think it's toward more happiness. So I wish the best for all of you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next week right here for Starborn. Bye.